today's video I'm going to be getting close to a wall at Canada, but first of all, if you missed the previous episode, I recommend you go and check that one out before seeing this one at Monaco. Yeah, that crash really ruined the race for P4, you know, with P4 in the standings, Sergio Perez leading the way. For goodness sake. So, you may remember we purchased a major ERS upgrade which was supposed to go on for Canada, you know. That has unfortunately failed, so that will have to wait until Spain to come on. I can tell you it's a miles better, crucial upgrade in Spain, which should be out tomorrow. R&D wise, yeah, we're up to fourth now. We're ahead of the likes of Aston Martin and Toro Rosso, but I mean, they're so close together. We're trying to bridge that gap and trying to get ahead of Mercedes and close that gap on Red Bull. Neither Red Bull nor McLaren have actually brought any upgrades at all, so that's going to be interesting. We're going to move into qualifying here at Montreal. Excuse me, the track that hasn't been updated with LiDAR for F125, because didn't they scan this recently? I think it was F123 that they last did this one, but yes, qualify around here. I'm not going to lie, Canada used to be a good track for me. It used to be a good track for me. Sorry, I repeated myself. But it's sort of recently not become a good track. I don't know why that is. First lap was only good enough for P20. I know, last place. Like, the AIs seem to have ever since they rescanned it, F123 I think, or whatever, it's become a harder track to battle the AI at, for sure. I'm a tenth bit up on best time, but I need a lot, and I mean a lot, you know, as well as that was not the ideal line out of that corner, for sure, too much over to the left, and I'm a tenth and almost 2 tenths down on Zhou Guanyu's time, and that's in this Audi, which is not a great car in this career mode. That's what I'm going to try and use now, though. A bit of ERS, we've got DRS as well, saved a bit of overtake for this final section on the run up to the line, almost 4 tenths gain my previous best time, as far as we go out of the final corner. Keep to the right for the shortest run to the line. Has there much battery? Just about enough, a 5.5 tenths up, and that's only good enough for P19. So Perez takes pole then ahead of his rival and ex-teammate Max Verstappen, Piastri P3, Leclerc down in P4. Yeah, that's a shocker for me. Well, I've got a lot of work to do. We'll see what we can do from 19th on the grid. It's time for the race, today's Canadian Grand Prix.
We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to a variant of this track back in 1978. It was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. A 2.7 mile circuit peaking at around 190 miles per hour. There are 2 DRS zones, 14 turns, which conclude with the famous Wall of Champions, and many a car has found their race ending right there. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Sergio Perez will lead us away from pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Oscar Piastri, Hamilton, Norris, Russell, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Tsunoda, Gasly, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Leclerc, Behrman, Ocon, Albon, Joe, Phoenix, Teo Porcher, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. Welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes. Alongside us for this one is Naomi Schiff. Well, this is the most advanced sport anywhere on the planet. How's it changed since you were last racing?
It is certainly an interesting time in this set of regulations because, as you know, when a new set of regulations come out, everything changes and you always wonder who's got it right. Well, we know the Red Bull are the ones who really got it right the last couple of years. But now you can see the rest of the grid slowly start to catch up, and there's really only so much left for Red Bull to get out of these regulations. So it is interesting, and the pack are catching up.
We're at the back, but give it 100% and we can still come away with a decent result. I believe in you, come on.
I'm not so sure about that. It's too far. We're P18 because Stroll's decided to take a penalty as home race. We're definitely going to do the alternate strategy here. Medium soft for sure. It's apparently only slightly slower on the timings. Whether or not if that's correct or not, I don't know. But yes, favourite lights then for the Canadian Grand Prix, and bit of a hold there, and away we go. It's an okay start, trying to get in front of the Audi Peugeot as well, trying to get in front of some of these slower cars. I had to back out there and I send it down the inside. There it's Charles Leclerc also on the mediums, and a few other cars on the medium compound tyres. We're around the outside then off the Haas of Hulkenberg. So watching Lando Norris, who used to be in the McLaren. He's gone side by side with, I think that's Hamilton in the Mercedes, and he cuts in front of the Mercedes, and he's up another position there. Nice little move. DRS update.
Hey, there's a fault with the DRS. You will not be able to open the rear wing. We're working on a fix. Stay out for now.
So I'm going to make a move on Pierre Gasly and move up to P11. Gasly's still there though. I wonder if AI traction, however... Yes, just like that. Magic. DRS is fixed with a flashback. Gasly's going to get a bit more of that OP traction, but I'm going to force him out there on the outside and get the position. So this is one of the two textbook manoeuvres here at that final corner, Montreal, as well. So move to lap 2. Now I'm chasing after Kevin Magnussen as well. Can we get the outside line this time? Yes, we can. That was close to the wall, though. We'll get a replay on that in just a moment. But yes, racing line for that corner again, and Magnussen does have to yield. How close was this to the wall here? That was very close to the wall. You know, you're talking centimeters away from the wall as well. Instant crashing. If Magnussen had you know, not there. I'm going to be fair, he's actually not. He's given us enough space there as well. Up at the front, then it's Max Verstappen who's running away. This is not good for the championship because he's ahead of Sergio Perez. You know, I think this championship might be over if Verstappen wins because he's won previous two races as well, and now he's going to win this one. As I've come to lap 5, Tsunoda and Alonso busy battling down the start-finish straight. I'm going to send it on Tsunoda here into turn 1. Tsunoda's going to keep it on the outside. I'm going to try my best here through turn 2 and try and get a bit of the power, use a bit of battery I've got left. Annoying that again, upgrade on the major AOS upgrade, otherwise we'd be cooking a bit more with the RS, but alas, got to make do what we do. But I'm ahead of Tsunoda now. Next up will be Alonso, but Alonso then decided to magically wake up his soft tyres, and yeah, I'm now having to defend against Tsunoda. I'm only up to P9. That is not good. I'm not really looking forward to what's going to happen next because we've gone long on these set of mediums. I'm expecting that the likes of Alonso are going to undercut me as well. I've charged DRS up as well. The tyres, to be fair, are doing okay, so we definitely don't need a tyre wear upgrade. But with everyone start to make their pit stops, Verstappen is miles in front. The two from McLaren who are bickering as well. Lap 11, I'm coming in then. Left rear is coming up to 22%. I mean, as I said, we don't have any more tyre upgrades to be able to do, so we've just got to stick with what we've got. 2.4 second stop, that's not too bad. I know it's nowhere near the world records, but I mean, the fact that they're already out there and there's a huge gap as well. And I don't like where we're going to come out here. You know, Leclerc seems to have a lot of drivers on the hard tyres. I don't know why, but yes, I'm going to get in front of Magnussen, which is crucial to make that overtake. Magnussen will be slow. Behind, not behind, up the road, that's Carlos Sainz. He's battling George Russell, and I believe that's Alonso who undercut some of those on medium tyres as well. But yeah, I'm able to cut the gap to 3 seconds, but after that it just doesn't want to go down, which is such annoying as well. You know, I've cleared Magnussen. It's just about bringing this home for what would be P9, as well as behind us then Tsunoda's going to go round the outside of Magnussen, and that's going to deny Haas what could be a crucial point in their battle at the bottom of the Constructors' Championship. However, Hamilton, who was having a good race, his engine decided it didn't want to continue anymore. So yes, that's going to give the point back to Magnussen. It's going to give me P8. Now our teammate Charles Leclerc hasn't had a good race. He's stuck behind Magnussen down in P13. Awful race for Leclerc. You know, he's started ahead of me as well. You know, so I've been able to make the positions as the soft tyres really have gone off on the rears. I don't know if that's a me issue, but anyway, there has been some movement in the final corner because George Russell failed an attempt on Carlos Sainz, and Alonso is going to take full commitment to the line and get that overtake on the line, as well as I'm going to come across the line then for P8. A miserable weekend. Disappointing weekend overall, especially the fact that Max Verstappen won for the second time in a row. He won in Monaco, of course, on Monday. He's won here in Canada as well. So there's a lot of work to be done. He got fastest lap as well. Pure dominance from Verstappen once again. That's going to help his focus too. It's annoying, it's frustrating, but there's not a lot I can do. 11.4 is my fastest lap. Leclerc stuck in traffic 11.9. We need him in the points. He needs to be up with us every weekend in order to get this championship done. 37 points, the gap between myself and Verstappen right now. That is not good. Yes, it's going to take a miracle in order to try and fight Verstappen to stop him on this career mode, which could be the last that I do as myself, of course, coming F125. Constructors 63 points back to Red Bull. That is not good either. So it's not been a great weekend. It's not been, the results have been, we picked up 4 points as a team, you know, and now we've got our championship rivalry with George Russell too to think about. Hopefully so George is one of his inconsistent days in Spain, and I end up trying to get a good result. Spain's not my best track, to be honest. The final corner, it used to be a better track for me without the revised final corner. For some reason, that final corner means I got a little bit less pace than I had in previous games. 46% on the recognition. The specialists as well, mostly okay, but it doesn't really care. It doesn't really matter. They're all level 3 anyway. So yes, after that, this championship. If I've got any chance of winning this championship, it has to be a good result. Hopefully, someone else than Verstappen can win. I'd like to win myself, of course, in Spain, but realistically, I'm not entirely sure that's going to happen. Austria, of course, will be a big chance to score some big points. It's a good track for me. Silverstone and Belgium. Those episodes will be next week. Spain will be out tomorrow. So, yes, I hope you have enjoyed this film. As I say, a little bit frustrating coming through the field. Qualifying was a big letdown. Qualifying P19, giving us P18 on the grid. It doesn't help that Leclerc decided that, you know, after getting P2 and P1, he scored P8 and a P7 and 2 points, 2 outside the top 10 since. Not good for Charlie. He scored 14 points in 4 races. You know, I've gone on to overtake him, but P8, not great. Need to go back to the drawing board. Hopefully a better result coming in Spain in tomorrow's video. But yes, that's where I'm going to leave it today. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe channel, and you see plenty more F124 and F125 driver career mode videos. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.